Support for WoodSongs show number 1003 is provided by Martin Guitars, Travelos Magazine, and by our family of WoodSongs partners. WoodSongs is now available for use by teachers and homeschool families, complete with lesson plans, available on the classroom page of woodsongs.com.
The City of Lexington and visitlex.com.
The Bluegrass Hospitality Association and the Elegant Residence Inn, welcoming visitors to Lexington, Kentucky, the horse capital of the world, and home for parks, museums, festivals, great music, and WoodSongs.
Take your next vacation trip to the musical State of Kentucky. For information, visit our website at woodsongs.com.
Here on the Louisiana Hayride, his name is Hank Williams, the drifting cowboy.
On the Grand Ole Opry, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys.
Hi, this is Emmylou Harris.
Hi, folks. This is Sam Bush.
Hello, this is Odetta.
This is Joan Baez, and you're listening to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And now, gather the family around and sit back in your easy chair. It's time again for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, our worldwide celebration of grassroots music. Let's welcome folk singer Michael Jonathan.
Winter has me in its grip. Think I'll take a summer trip on a sunny sailing ship where the shells lie in the sand. I feel so lonely, I'm too young to feel this old. I need you and you only when the weather gets this cold. Winter has me in its grip. Think I'll take a summer trip on a sunny sailing ship where the shells lie in the sand. And no use in going, 'cause it's cold inside my heart, and it's always snowing since the day we broke apart. I try to run from winter, just like the spring and summer run to fall. But when the weather's in you, you know there's no hiding place at all. That's why winter has me in its grip. Think I'll take a summer trip on a sunny sailing ship where the shells lie in the sand.
The WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour is presented in part by our family of WoodSongs partners and by visitlex.com, an online vacation guide to visit historic Lexington, Kentucky. While in Kentucky, you can visit the cafes, horse parks, music festivals, art, and cultural world of Lexington, the home of the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, online at visitlex.com.
And by the Martin Guitar Company of Nazareth, Pennsylvania, building handcrafted guitars for professionals and front porch pickers since 1833. Online at martinguitars.com.
And welcome everybody to the beautiful and historic Lyric Theater in our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. We're broadcasting all over the world, from Australia to Ireland, New Zealand to New York, Yuma, Arizona to the Yukon. In northern Canada, we celebrate the magnificent world of independent grassroots music, front porch music. As a matter of fact, we treat our show as though it was a global front porch. Artists come from everywhere to be here. You don't have to be famous to be on WoodSongs. You just have to be very, very good. We've got two incredible bands to introduce you to, an amazing WoodSongs kid, so let's get on with it. They are a grouping of some of the finest musicians in the roots music world. They came together. It's a great story. They're going to do a song from their new CD, Formations. This is a tune called The Tobogganist. Let's welcome them. It's Hawktail to the WoodSongs, Old Time Radio Hour. Great album called Formations. It's Hawktail on our broadcast. Let's say we got Dominick Leslie doing a great job on that mandolin over there. Jordan Tice playing guitar. Let's say hello to Paul Kowert playing upright bass. Paul, why don't you come up to the microphone? So among the many roles in your musical life, you're the bass player for a group called the Punch Brothers. I mean, that's like the bluegrass super group at the moment.
All right.
So how long have you been with Punch Brothers?
Since 2008.
And so Hawktail is as are many in the roots music world, they do more than one project a lot of times, right?
That's right.
And so how did Hawktail come together?
Well, we all met around 2006, I'd say, in separate places, at music festivals, concerts, and we just kept in touch. We always knew we liked playing together. And Jordan and I have had a variety of projects since we met in 2007. Brittany joined the group with Jordan and I in 2013, and we formed a band called Paul Tice, and we made one record, and then the next record we wanted a little more.
And so here's Hawktail, which is just a spectacular group. Let's say hi to Brittany.
Hi.
Brittany Haas playing the fiddle, and oh my gosh, it's like you've played with everybody. You started with a wonderful group called Crooked Still.
That's right, yeah.
And they've been on WoodSongs before, a long time ago. Mm-hmm. And you're heard regularly with Chris Thiele on Live From Here, and you played with Steve Martin. And so, I mean, what a varied musical life you're able to enjoy.
Yes, I'm very lucky.
And so when did you start playing the violin? Because obviously you're very good. So let's get that part out of the way. When did you start?
I was little. I was 4 years old. Mm-hmm. Growing up in California, started playing Suzuki, and then I was just by a stroke of luck, really. My mom found me a bluegrass fiddle teacher named Jack Tuttle at the local guitar store. And then we started, my sister and I, who took up the cello soon after I took up fiddle, we started going to a Scottish fiddle camp every summer, and that was where I met a lot of my musical heroes and mentors.
Starting playing the fiddle with the Suzuki method, did that help you learn how to play by ear and apart from notes?
Absolutely.
Which when you're playing with bluegrass bands and artists like the ones that you play with, playing from the heart is more important than the chart.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So how do you recommend someone going about that? They're learning the violin, they're learning note by note. How do you recommend they go apart from that?
Well, it can seem daunting at first, but really it's all the same, and I think the best way to do it is by listening and taking in music that you like and just filling yourself with it, and by listening to it a lot, you learn it by heart, I'd say. Just, because you love it, and you're listening a lot and paying attention and trying to figure out what's going on so that you can do it yourself.
Well, let's have the audience listen to what you and the other three guys are doing on this next song. It's from one of your back CDs called Unless. The tune is called In the Kitchen. It's Hawktail on the WoodSongs, Old Time Radio Hour. Beautiful. From a wonderful album there is called Unless. The song is In the Kitchen, Hawktail. On our broadcast, if you want to revisit the music of Hawktail, any of the artists that you ever hear on WoodSongs, if you visit the WoodSongs website, you can click on the archive page. This happens to be show number 1003. You can revisit the music of Hawktail as well as our next group. It's sort of a Oh Brother meets Earls of Leicester kind of a conglomerate here. Bluegrass Today, John Lawless, the editor of Bluegrass Today, described them as a bluegrass supergroup, and certainly they're going to live up to that kind of a commendation. They've got a self-titled new CD. This is a tune called Dance, Dance, Dance. Let's welcome them. It's the Appalachian Road Show on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio.
Hello, everybody. Wasn't Hawktail awesome? My grandpa, he's 95. He keeps dancing, he's still alive. My grandma, she's 92. She loves to dance and sing some too. I don't know, but I've been told if you keep on dancing, you'll never grow old. Come on, darling, put a pretty dress on. We're gonna go out tonight and dance, dance, dance all night long. Hey! I'm a hard-working man. I'm a son of a gun. Worked all week in a noonday sun. Put in the kitchen and cows in the barn. I'm all cleaned up. The chores are all done. Take my hand, come along, let's go out and have some fun. Come on, darling, put a pretty dress on. We're gonna go out tonight and dance, dance, dance all night long. Yeah. Come on, darling, don't you look that way. You know when you smile, I've got to say, you're my lover, you're my heart's delight. Don't you want to go out tonight? You're such a pretty lady, you're such a sweet girl. When you dance, brights up my world. Come on, darling, put a pretty dress on. We're gonna go out tonight and dance, dance, dance. Dance, dance, dance all night long. Yeah. Late in the evening, about sundown, high on the hill and above the town. Then play the fiddle or the hound would ring. You can hear it talk, you can hear it sing. Hey! Still there, baby. Dance, dance, dance all night long.
It's the Appalachian Road Show on our broadcast. Zeb Snyder on guitar, Todd Phillips on bass, Jim Van Cleve on fiddle, Darrell Webb on mandolin. Let's say hello to the banjo player, Mr. Barry Abernathy.
Hello, Michael. How are you?
I'm good, bud. So you're here once before with some group called Mountain Heart.
Yes,
You were a founding member of that group, and that was...
Thank you.
I want to explore a little bit. You are a highly regarded, much awarded banjo player in the world of bluegrass. Banjo Player of the Year, as a matter of fact, one of the awards that you got.
Wow.
Last
century.
Yeah. you have a normal right hand picking style. Right?
Somewhat, yeah.
But your left hand is different from most folks. Why don't you describe for us what's going on here?
Well, I guess you describe it as not having one. I've got a thumb and a piece of an index finger on my left hand. I was born that way. My mom was a heavy smoker. Sorry.
Always blame me, Mom. So how did you learn to play the banjo? I mean, you're a dynamic player. It's like someone listening to you would never imagine that you didn't have fingers on your left hand.
People that know, they probably know the difference. But thank goodness there's a few people out there that'll come and listen that
give me a little piece of like Cripple Creek or Old Joe Clark or something like just you on the banjo. Sounds good to me.
Straight from Earl's book.
That's right. Yeah. So how long did it take? When did you start playing the banjo?
I was interested in it when I was real young. I grew up in church, and I loved to sing. I didn't think I would be able to play an instrument, and it wasn't too far from the truth, but it. I got interested in it, and I realized that a banjo had open tuning, and I thought, well, you know, I watched my granny, she played one, and she'd just do one finger and strum and a chord here and there, and it didn't seem too complicated to start with. And then of course, I started, and then I started hearing real banjo players play.
So well, you are a real banjo player. And for those that know the banjo stuff, your banjo's tuned in a standard open G tuning for the most part, right?
It is, yeah.
So you're not doing any different tunings or anything. You just learned how to manipulate the left hand as you needed to with what you had to work with.
I change my roll. Sometimes I'll go backwards a little bit instead of forward to, just instead of having to chord 2 or 3 strings, I'll try to find the least chording that's possible.
Well, I think it's incredibly encouraging that someone could take that and turn it into something that is considered a super banjo player. You're just a wonderful player.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Appalachian Roadshow. Let's talk to Jim Van Cleve, the fiddle player. Appalachian Roadshow, where Earls of Leicester have the suits and the flat and scruggs thing going on. You are turning your attention more to the hollers and the early days of bluegrass. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's accurate.
So, how did the group come together?
Well, actually, the band you spoke about earlier, Mountain Heart, Barry and I were in that band for probably 17 years together, and a couple of years before that with a group called Door Lost and Quicksilver.
Oh, I've heard of them, yeah.
Straight out of high school, I was working with Barry, so I've known him more of my life than I haven't, and I'm still here. So, yeah, but anyways, while we were still finishing up our tour together with Mountain Heart, we kind of collectively were always kicking ideas around, and I had one at one point that was kind of a roadshow, presentation, where you would, maybe a variety thing, where you would feature a lot of different kinds of music and some backstory and things like that. So I took a country job and started working with Josh Turner for a while, and he left music for a minute. And we kept in touch, and next thing I knew, he called me one day. Actually, he ended up on driving the bus I was on in the tour I was on one day, and I was like, what are you doing here? And then we started talking that night, and yeah, right. That night we started discussing. He had been cooking this idea. It was a permutation of something we had already discussed, and it was this, where we would take, the Appalachian roots that we all have in common, and try to give a little bit of the history of the songs and that presentation.
Well, I think it's a great idea. Let's go ahead and listen to some of the music that you're talking about. It's from their self-titled CD. This is a tune called Greasy Coat. It is the Appalachian Roadshow on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio.
Hey!
and I don't smoke and I don't wear no greasy coat. Hey!
That's the Appalachian Road Show on our broadcast. We've got some of the finest super pickers in the world of roots music. Appalachian Road Show. We've also got Hawktail here, and wait till you hear this week's WoodSongs Kid. We will be back right after this.
You're listening to WoodSongs Show number 1003, broadcasting around the world from the foothills of Appalachia in Lexington, Kentucky.
If you would like to attend a WoodSongs broadcast, you can find reservation and show schedules on our website, woodsongs.com.
We'll be back after the break with Hawktail and the Appalachian Road Show on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. WoodSongs is presented in part by the Martin Guitar Company and VisitLex.com, welcoming families from all over the world to attend a broadcast in historic Lexington, Kentucky.
WoodSongs is an all-volunteer run celebration of grassroots music, providing a multimedia front porch for musicians and artists worldwide. You can visit our library past shows, attend a broadcast, or become a WoodSongs partner from our website, woodsongs.com.
Hi, this is Chris Thiele, and you're exploring the world of grassroots music with folk singer Michael Jonathan on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Boy, there's a player for you. Chris Thiele, it's great to hear his voice on a show like this. It's been on WoodSongs like 7 times. Welcome, everybody. We're broadcasting from our home base here at the Lyric Theater at the historic town of Lexington, Kentucky, the crossroads of America's folk and bluegrass music, the gateway city to the magnificent Appalachian Mountains. We're broadcasting over 537 radio stations from Australia to Ireland, including the mighty WSM radio in Nashville, the home of the Grand Ole Opry. We want to welcome some new affiliates to our broadcast family. WSIU 91.9 FM in Carbondale, Illinois. Country Radio 105.2 in New Zealand. And 88.9 FM in Mount Vernon, Illinois as well. Let's say hi to the new audiences out there. We're also on American Forces Radio Network, who puts this show on the radio on 2 channels in 177 nations from South Korea to Kuwait, plus every single military base in the world, every U.S. naval ship in the world, every Coast Guard vessel sailing in North America. And as always, we want to say hello to the men and women out there that are tuning in, bringing them a little piece of home. We're on public television from Los Angeles to Florida. We're on the RFD television network twice a week, coast to coast. And we're also, very, very important, we're in your schools. If you're a teacher, if you're a homeschool parent, if you visit the WoodSongs website and clicked on the classroom page, oh my goodness, the stuff that we have for you with lesson plans already for middle, high, and college level classes. And because of that, we invite a youngster from somewhere in North America to come on our show, and they get to play a song as equals to the seasoned touring artists that are on our stage today, and all the way from Carbondale, Illinois, a home of a brand new affiliate out there. Let's welcome a 15-year-old Beth Davis. It's nice to see you, Beth.
Thank you.
So we were talking to Beverly Haas before. She started playing violin when she was 4, and you're going to be playing the violin for us. When did you start?
When I was 3.
You were 3, so you're beating her by 1 year. And you're going to do something a little bit different. Most violin players, they'll start sawing away on that thing, but you're going to do something a little different on the violin today, aren't you?
Yes.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to be strumming it kind of like a guitar.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you started playing the violin, was it, let me ask you the same thing I asked Beverly, was it note by note?
I actually started on Suzuki as well, so it was very much the same.
So Brittany started that on the Suzuki. You started on Suzuki. Do you recommend that as a I don't want to say a better method, but if you're going to learn to play by ear, is that the one to start with?
Yes, I think it's a really good base for technique as well.
Well, that's a very educated way to respond to that. All right, let's get into your song. You're here with a good guitar player, Dakota Cummins. He's going to accompany you, right? And you picked a very special song to demonstrate this. Tell us the song.
This is Paper Prince by Della Mae.
By Della Mae. She's 15 years old. She's from Carbondale, Illinois. Beth Davis, this week's WoodSongs Kid.
Why must you wait? Why must you wait? Why must you wait for the sky to fall? Your brittle fingers, your eyes, I recall your shy heart and your stone walls. Why must I wait when you have not called? Never been kissed, never been kissed, never been kissed by the paper prince. You light your fires on words empires. You'll never be what your mind desires. You only imagine what it is that you have missed. And it's gone, long gone, in a fearless hum of a lonely song. I am a child, I am a child, I am a child of waiting. The tears will fall upon my strings. I'll bow my head and my voice will sing. I never knew how tightly I could cling. We never can change, oh never can change, never can change or wash the stains. But who am I to hold the reins? The steed I ride, she has no name. Ooh, and it's gone, long gone, in a fearless hum of a lone sea. Oh, no one will know, no one will know, no one will know how the end of it goes. The story that has already been told. Our eyes were closed through the rhythm and prose. We will wake as the last line closes. And it's gone, long gone, in a fearless hum of a lonely song. Thank you.
She's 15 years old from Carbondale, Illinois. Beth Davis, this week's WoodSongs Kid. What do you think of that? That was like... Aren't you proud of these WoodSongs kids? If you've got a youngster that you think belongs on our broadcast, we want to hear from them. Just you can send me an email, michael@woodsongs.com, if you'd like. And so, Brittany, you hear this 15-year-old kid. What were you like at 15?
I think kind of the same as I am now. I mean, I'm blown away. It's really beautiful, and you should keep it up. Definitely, I'm sure you will, and you have an awesome life ahead of you, so enjoy.
You know, here she is, 15 years old. You've got one of the most awarded violin players on our stage, Brittany Haas, and then you've got this other incredible fiddle player, Jim Van Cleve, and I think she held her own very much for 15. When did the performing bug hit you, Brittany? When did you feel like you were playing your violin, but I want to start getting on stage more?
Good question. I don't know. I think I never really exactly thought of it that way. I just wanted to be playing all the time, and it seemed like that was a natural extension of jamming all night long and, playing music with your friends and learning new tunes, and that was just the way that you do it.
And being part of the performing community is important because that's how you get invited to play with different groups and different opportunities, right? You got to make yourself available.
Yeah.
Which you do because you're performing with just about everybody.
Definitely try to, yeah.
Well, let's get into here now. You've got these three incredible musicians on stage with you, Paul, Jordan, and Dominick, and we're going to get into a rather long song from your new album of Formations, right? The tune is called. Help me out with the pronunciation here, Paul. How do you pronounce this thing?
Well, we named it after a favorite fiddler of ours. Her name is Anne Bjorg-Lien, so it's called Anne Bjorg.
Anne Bjorg. It is Hawktail on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. a great song from their sophomore CD called Formations. It is Hawktail. Paul Kowert, what are you bass solo on that thing, guy? I mean, that was...
Well, thank you, Michael.
If you want to revisit the music of Hawktail on our broadcast, if you go to the WoodSongs website, if you click on the archive page, this is show number 103, and you can watch Paul do that monster bass solo. And my goodness, I was getting a Doogie McLean moment in the middle of that thing.
All right.
It was really good. Our next group is all set, ready to go. They are a group of super fine players. They're sort of revisiting the early days of Americana, not just in their music, the way they dress, the way they approach their music. This is a tune called Piney Mountains. Welcome them back. It is the Appalachian Road Show on the WoodSongs, Old Time Radio.
Sit down, buddy, we'll drink and smoke. Woman, don't you wait for me. My hands can't fiddle and my heart's been broke. You down old Piney Mountains. Lost my fingers in the Galax mill. Buddy, sing a sad old song. And my heart got broke in the Pine Hills. Lord, and my time ain't long. I started out to logging when I was in my prime. Woman, don't you weep for me. Hitching up the spruce to the big drag lines. You down old Piney Mountains, where the skidders start a bucking as the gears come down. Buddy, sing a sad old song, making God's own thunder on the new cut ground. Lord, and my time ain't long. We was fighting over nothing and a drinking too hard. Woman, don't you weep for me. Riding up to camp on the flat wheel cars. You down old Piney Mountains. 30 years of hanging on the old chain break. Buddy, sing a sad old song. Laid off and paid off in 58. Lord, and my time ain't long. And the skidders got sold to a scrap iron yard. Woman, don't you weep for me. Moved down Virginia when the times got hard. You down old Piney Mountains. Lost my fingers to a steel band saw. Buddy, sing a sad old song. Now my fiddle just hangs untuned on the wall. Lord, and my time ain't long. And the trees have grown up on the logging road. Woman, don't you weep for me. And the wildflowers bloom where the big shades blow. You down old Piney Mountains. There's nothing left for me but to drink and smoke. Buddy, sing a sad old song. My hands can't fiddle and my heart's been broke. Lord, and my time ain't long.
Beautiful. Piney Mountains from their self-titled Appalachian Roadshow. And you know, there's some great players in your band that we just don't have the time to really go into. But Todd Phillips playing upright bass, he worked with David Grisman in the Tony Rice unit. Zeb Snyder on guitar, grew up homeschooled and playing with his family band. And then Darrell Webb on that mandolin from the coal mining regions of West Virginia. He played with J.D. Crowe, our hero out here, among many others. So Barry, you know, this whole America searching for its roots again, the early American spirit, and the music is a big part of that, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And that's sort of where Appalachian Roadshow is taking a cue from, right?
Yeah, it is. We wanted to kind of pay homage in our own way. I think the original voiceover on our first record, or our only record right now, we've got another one ready for release soon, but the original idea was to take the way the music has been passed down from generation to generation, just like the people I grew up around. They made quilts and they canned and they taught how to do different things and all these different crafts and things where I grew up. And I mean, my family was loggers. That last song hits close to home. They were loggers and sawmillers all the way down for several generations. And I even tried it one time, but I decided I wanted to go to school and learn how to play music and different things like that.
Probably one of the only kids in America that decided they wanted to go to school.
Well, if you sawmill for a living, you'd want to go to school too.
I would think so too. Now, when folks get an Appalachian Road album, are they going to be finding a lot of original songs? Are you literally mining the archives of
We're mining some, and we're writing some. We're doing some of both. Just we take material that suits the culture. It don't have to be an old-time song. It could be, I mean, we've got 2 or 3 written within the band on the new record. It don't have to be an old-time song, but it's just has to represent that culture and the way it was passed down to us.
It has to be in the pocket of the image that you're trying to present, right?
It does, yeah.
And the way, and this is not a facetious thing, but the way the band dresses is part of the statement of the music, isn't it?
It is. It's part of it, yeah. We wanted to look like people looked in the pictures in the late 1800s, early 1900s. We actually wanted to look like the Punch Brothers, but we were too good. I'm too old and fat for that, though.
Well,
there was a day.
I think the Punch Brothers appreciate the intention of the compliment. But you guys look great. You sound great. You've definitely got that early turn of the century look and sound to you. Let's revisit the early days of the Appalachian Mountains. This is a tune called Little Black Train, the Appalachian Road Show on the WoodSongs, Old Time Radio.
God sent to Hezekiah a message from on high. You better set your house in order, or you must surely die. He turned to the wall and we see him there in tears. He got his business fixed all right. God spared him 15 years. There's a little black train coming. Fix all your business right. A little black train to come. It could be here tonight. Ballroom lady, all dressed in worldly pride, that there's our train to come. Prepare to take a ride. I see the train with engine and one small baggage car. Your idle thoughts and your wicked will stop at the judgment bar. There's a little black train to come. Fix all your business right. A little black train to come.
Care not for the gospel line till suddenly hear the whistle moan. Hey, little black train inside. Oh Lord, would you not spare me? I see my wicked plight. Have mercy, Lord, upon me. Please come and set me right. But death fixed his shackles. Up on his chain so tight before he got his business fixed. Hey, little black train inside. There's a little black train to come. Fix all your business right. A little black train to come. It could be here tonight. There's a little black train to come. Fix all your business right. A little black train to come. It could be here tonight.
Wasn't it great having the Appalachian Road Show on our broadcast? This week's WoodSongs kid, 15-year-old Beth Davis from Carbondale, Illinois. And the absolutely incredible Hawktail. All these amazing musicians, these wonderful players, these passionate artists, and you look at yourself and your guitar and your three chords and the truth, and you feel like just locking it up in your case and throwing it in the closet and saying, I can't do this. And you know what? You're wrong. It doesn't matter. You listen to these brilliant fiddle players. You listen to Brittany Haas play, and then you listen to our little 15-year-old Beth Davis play. You know what the point is? The point is they love it, just like you can love it. You know, this world of front porch music is a magnificent, wonderful, wonderful thing. And one thing that we all have to remember is that there's no role for critics on a front porch. There's no role for criticism from people, artists, musicians, working from their heart, no matter what their skill level. You know, Aristotle was a great thinker, and he said the only way to avoid criticism is to do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. What an incredibly boring way to live. So we encourage you to be bold, pick up your instrument, and be part of the magnificent world of the music of the front porch. My name is Michael Jonathan. I'm a folk singer. I am a song farmer. We'll see you next week on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. Good night.
You've been listening to WoodSongs broadcast number 1003. Michael's opening song was Winter Has Me in Its Grip, featuring Sharon Oler on flute.
Our chief engineer is Jerome Galt. Technical assistants are Brian Klossing, Brandon Eves, Isaac May, and Eric Anderson. Our TV and internet broadcast directed by Maria Claridge. Technical director Isaac May, assisted by Caitlin Farrell.
The WoodSongs crew member of the week is Melissa Jurgensen, and our WoodSongs partner of the week is Sue Yokel.
Special support provided by Hybrid Spring Water, Nate's Coffee, the staff of the Lyric Theater, and Pasta Garage in Lexington.
Our show is produced with the support of VisitLux.com, Martin Guitar Company, Travel Host Magazine, the Bluegrass Hospitality Association, and the Residents Inn, welcoming visitors from all over the world to Lexington, Kentucky.
WoodSongs and the WoodSong symbol are registered trademarks of Rachel Aubrey Music. Our show is distributed worldwide by the WoodSongs Radio Network and PRX. Thanks for listening. I'm Josh Bayer.
For Michael Jonathan and the entire WoodSongs crew, this is Dorothy Edwards. We hope you'll join us again next week for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
The online version of WoodSongs is a free gift to our fans, provided by VisitLex.com, inviting fans and families worldwide to attend our live broadcast tapings at the Lyric Theater in historic Lexington, Kentucky.
The encore section is next. You can support this massive online archive of shows by becoming a WoodSongs partner. It's as easy as a PayPal click on our website, woodsongs.com.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Dorothy. And thank you to our audience. Give yourselves a big hand. You're wonderful. What a great way to start out 2020. So we're going to get into the encore section here shortly. A couple of announcements in between the artists, and we're not going to take a lot of time with it. In the weeks to come, WoodSongs is getting packed and loaded with some amazing musicians and artists, not least of which in February we're going to have Michael Cleveland and Flamekeeper here. So if you're not a WoodSongs partner, WoodSongs partners came to tonight's show for free. Don't you think this was worth that ticket? We encourage you to become a WoodSongs partner. If you're not signed up to the email newsletter, every week you'll get one email that tells you who's coming on WoodSongs. You also get to find out who's coming to the Troubadour concert series. On yesterday at the Castle, Kathy Mattea was in concert, and it was just a beautiful, wonderful evening for that. In the weeks to come, Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver will be at the Castle, and so is Billy Dean, and Daryl Scott is coming, and a whole bunch of others. Troubadour Concert Series is about to announce a special event concert at the Opera House with a guy named Marty Stewart. So you may want to get ready for that one. Also, Buddy Guy is coming, Bruce Hornsby is coming, and a big double bill. It's an expensive ticket. It's going to happen in the fall. It's two artists that you may have heard of before. Same stage, same night, both of them, one night, one ticket. A guy named Arlo Guthrie and Judy Collins together. So you're going to want to be part of the email newsletter. You can sign up at the WoodSongs website or in the lobby. And remember, the artists will be out there, too. They want to meet you and say hello. So let's get on with the encores. Let's invite Hawktail first to do theirs, and then we'll get young Beth to play her song, and then we'll end the evening with Appalachian Roadshow. What do you guys want to play for us, Paul?
Well, we'll play the title track of our first album. It's a tune that we wrote, and it's called Unless. It is sort of a Swedish polska, but we wrote it, so it's not Swedish.
Thank you.
Brittany Haas, Paul Kowert, Jordan Tice, Dominick Leslie on the mandolin. Beautiful. And Paul, you guys going to be out in the lobby to say hello to folks when we're done?
Yeah, we will. We have a couple records for sale out there and some T-shirts, and we'll be out there saying hello.
Good, good. Let's invite our WoodSongs kid up here, the young Beth Davis. And did you notice the way Brittany was dancing around when she played? Are you going to do that with your banjo? Are you going to dance around for us? Doesn't sound like it. So what are you going to play for us?
I'm going to do an Abigail Washburn song called City of Refuge. I'd like to thank Dakota Cummins for playing with me. He's played with me every time we've been on this show, so I'm very thankful to him. I'm also extremely grateful to be up here with amazing and talented musicians, so give them all a hand again. Here's City of Refuge. I got a mother, I got a father, diamond ration, stark white color. She looks good, he makes the dollars. I'm just free to do what I wanna. I gotta run, 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 run. I gotta run. Mama's at ease in the socialite graces. Papa remembers the names with the faces. I can't speak on the topic of religion. Just can't seem to make a clear decision. I gotta run, 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 run to the city of refuge, where everyone is made new. I gotta run, I gotta run. Mama's got a lover, Papa thinks he's sober. Pray on my knees, the clouds keep rolling over. Torn down the lanes, booze on his collar. They never ask if the secret's boiling over. Under white sheets where all I do is wonder. And I'm gonna run, 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 run to the city of refuge, where everyone is made new. I gotta run, I gotta run. Where there's a mother, where there's a father. Adam's on the roof and Eve is in the gutter. Eden's on the far side where the circle started. To run with the gods, you gotta run harder. And I'm gonna run, 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 run to the city of refuge, where everyone is made new. To the city of refuge, where everyone is made new. To the city of refuge, where our burdens lay in the town where we came from. Thank you.
Beth Davis. Yeah, give it to her. Come here, Beth. The pride of Carbondale, Illinois. Come over here. Come here. You seem to like to be the host part. So I'm going to let you take over.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm going to put my hand on your shoulder. Is that okay?
Okay.
It's all, I got 16 stitches in it, so I can't do much. All right, so just repeat after me.
Okay.
Okay, just, I'll tell you what to say. Okay. Say, hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
I'm Beth Davis.
I'm Beth Davis.
Don't you think?
Don't you think?
I was awesome.
I was awesome.
See? I'm going to let you introduce them. Say, please.
Please.
Become a WoodSongs partner.
Become a WoodSongs partner.
So I can come back.
So I can come back.
See how that works? All right. Welcome to the stage.
Welcome to the stage.
The amazing.
The amazing.
The stunning.
The stunning.
The old-fashioned.
The old-fashioned.
The incredibly handsome.
The incredibly handsome.
Appalachian Roadshow.
Appalachian Roadshow.
Thank you. Thanks, man. That was awesome. Even if you didn't come up with it. We're going to tell ourselves that just one of those lines were true. We've asked Hawktail to come up and play with us. Is that all right with you? Yeah, we'll just share mics and so get Hawktail up here. We're going to jam a little bluegrass for you, folks. Hey, Sticks had two drummers. We got 2 bass players.
That's right.
This is a great plan, y'all. We're going to play a little bit, let Darrell Webb sing something for you here. One called 99 Years, One Dark Day.
Shot my woman with a 44. Gonna be round here till the day. I got 99 years and one dark day. It's bad. Kowert and Todd Phillips, y'all two of the greatest alive. Shot my woman with a 44. Gonna be back here till day. I got 99 years and one dark day. Yeah, I got 99 years and one dark day.
I got a spare room behind the barn for my Mac attack when I'm on the farm.